People of the universe, I finally found freedom. You guys know that I've been exploring and looking for freedom a lot in the recent times, and it seems like finally I found a certain piece of freedom for myself, which is actually a very big piece of freedom for myself. And I guess all of it got, in the end, triggered by my recent experience with that sailboat and nothing working out with that. And it was kind of like a small spiritual revealing for me. And it was like the biggest kind of small enlightenment for me that I had in my life yet, and it was always right in front of me. It was right here, but I couldn't see it. And it was actually about myself, and it came from within myself, and it came from myself basically. And I guess that is true for so many people around the world. And I'm just blown away right now, and I'm so happy, and I feel as free as I felt for a long time, and I'm so happy about that. I allowed myself to be free basically, and I've been feeling a little bit unfree for a while now, and many of that was caused by the pandemic and the lockdowns, which confronted me with the first time with a real and serious loss of freedom. So before that I took freedom for granted, which was a big lesson for me, that freedom is not something that is for granted. It always has to be fought for, it always has to be also realized within ourselves. And basically I came to the realization that I'm the main reason that I don't feel free, and it mainly comes from the rules that I put upon myself, the rules for the challenge of hitchhiking around the globe, the rules that I cannot use any public transportation, and that I have to only hitchhike to circumnavigate the planet, which was for a very, very long time an extremely fun and freedom-bringing adventure for me. Believe it or not, I found freedom in having the challenge, having a mission, having an adventure which has kind of a strange purpose for me and also for other people around the world. And I found a lot of passion, a lot of purpose in that. I know it's a strange purpose, but that purpose again gave me a sense of value in life and a sense of freedom in a way. But now in the pandemic, the world has changed in a way that I feel that hitchhiking is not the right thing to do anymore, at least right now. I still want to keep the hitchhiking spirit alive, and I want to see the world hitchhiking in the moment that I will leave this world one day. So I will continue to keep spreading the culture of hitchhiking and keep hitchhiking alive. But for now I decided to stop Hitchhiking Around the Globe Season 2 in this moment, and maybe one day there will be a Hitchhiking Around the Globe Season 3 when there's better days and more freedom and no pandemic and no lockdowns and just hitchhiking days basically. And it's incredible, this decision. Once I realized that this decision will give me all the freedom, or most of the freedom at least, that I was looking for, it was mind-blowing. It was always right in front of my eyes and in myself, and it was myself and my behavior and my way of looking at the world that didn't give me freedom. And now, like that, I can give myself freedom. I can liberate myself. I can free myself. It's a very big lesson that I learned in the recent days here on life, and I'm really excited for what the future might bring. And I already had a crazy idea of a new project that I will realize, and this project, it's possible to do within the restrictions of the pandemic, hopefully. Nothing is sure, but I think I found something amazing. And for now, I think I will go even more with the flow of life, because I think at times, if we want to go with the flow of life, there are also sections in life where we have to go against the flow. Kind of like a molecule of water which is flowing down the river of life, and then it comes through a rapid, and within that rapid it falls down into a water pool on that riverside. And once it hits that water pool, the currents of the water pool and the rapids that go into it, they create a circle of water where actually the water molecules get pulled back into the wrong direction of the river, and for a moment they have to go against the flow to then get other momentum, and then slowly start to go in the flow again, and to start to go down the river of life with the flow in the right direction. And I feel like this is what happened to me here. I was fighting the flow for 1 year now. Well, not fighting the flow, I would say, but in a way fighting the flow sometimes is also going with the flow. I believe that if we always just go with the flow, in a way just make our lives easy, just always go with the easy, always go to the place with the lowest resistance, I think that also doesn't bring us anywhere. I think sometimes it's a part of going with the flow, of actually going backwards, of fighting the flow a little bit, of not giving up so easily. And I feel like that was my last year. It was 1 year now that I was basically hitchhiking only in the pandemic and being stuck in lockdowns, but making the best of it. And it was definitely the best year of my life. I mean, what can I say? I found the love of my life, which love is the most amazing thing in the world, that's for sure. And this journey around the world, first of all, it introduced me to the love of my life. Second of all, I think I got to know a certain part of myself. I found a certain part of myself, which is like, it's so important to find who you are, because only if you find a certain portion of who you are and you're confident about that, only then you can know what the future should bring, or in which direction you want to live your life, and what self you want to become in the future. And I feel like this journey really helped to discover myself, and I also learned so much about the world, many life lessons about many cultures, and this wouldn't have ever be possible without humanity, without you, without everybody, without all the people who gave me a ride, even if it was just for 1 minute with a motorcycle, all the kind people which gave me hospitality, love, which I still can't believe how lucky I was all this time, how many genuinely good souls, kind people, generous people I met on this journey. It brought the world closer together for me, and it made me fall in love with humanity. Thank you. I have no other words for it than thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I love you. And for you who is listening, I wish that you can find your personal running naked on the beach in paradise kind of freedom.